So far we have done the reaction intermediates like carbocations, carbon ions and carbon free radicals. In most of the reactions, like in 90% reactions, we come across those reaction intermediates. But in few reactions, in special reactions, we also come across certain intermediates like carbenes, nitranes and benzene. Let us have a quick look at those reaction intermediates like carbenes, nitranes and benzene. Please see here. Carbenes. What's carbene? Carbon having two bonds with two electrons. You know, carbon has 4 valence electrons. Out of 4 valence electrons, it utilizes 2 valence electrons forming 2 bonds and 2 electrons are left. So that itself is called carbene. So CH2, this is carbene because here carbon is forming 2 bonds with 2 hydrogens and with 2 electrons. Carbene. CCl2, dichlorocarbene. This is CHCl, chlorocarbene. Here 2 hydrogens are substituted by 2 alkyl groups, dialkyl carbene. Here difluorocarbene. See, in the carbene we have seen 2 electrons are there. Based on the arrangement of those 2 electrons, carbenes are of 2 types like singlet carbene and triplet carbene. Let us see in the singlet carbene. In this carbene, both the electrons are in sp2 hybrid orbitals with opposite spins. In the singlet carbene, those 2 electrons are present in same orbital with opposite spins like this. Whereas in the triplet carbene, those 2 electrons are present in 2 different orbitals with same spins. So that is the basic difference. In fact, this singlet carbene and triplet carbene, it is based on the spin multiplicity. When you calculate the spin multiplicity for singlet carbene, you will get value 1. For triplet carbene, you will get value 3. Let's calculate that. Now, see here, for triplet carbene, we are calculating spin multiplicity. In fact, spin multiplicity formula is 2s plus 1. Here s is total spin value. For example, for singlet carbene, in case of singlet carbene, both the electrons are present in same orbital. So, 2 into spin value for one electron plus half, for the other electron minus half. For 2 electrons together, it is 0 plus 1 is equal to 2 into the 0, 0, so 1. That is the reason that is called singlet carbene, where 2 electrons of carbon present in the same orbital. Now come to the spin multiplicity for triplet carbene, where 2 electrons are present in 2 orbitals. When they are present in 2 orbitals, each electron is given a value of plus half and plus half. That's why 2 into plus half and plus half, this is 1 into 2. So 2 plus 1, 3. That's the reason it is called triplet carbene. Thus, in singlet carbene, both the electrons are present in same orbital. In triplet carbene, they are present in 2 different orbitals. Now, these carbenes, the most important thing is, where you have come across these carbenes as intermediates, these are formed in Reamer-Tiemann reactions and carbylamine reactions. In those reactions, carbenes are formed as reaction intermediate, particularly dichlorocarbene, CCl2. This dichlorocarbene is formed as reaction intermediate in the Reamer-Tiemann reaction. That is very good intermediate in that very important reaction, Reamer-Tiemann reaction. Now, if you want to see stability of carbenes, stability is decreasing with a decrease in the electronegativity of two bonded atoms. Now carbenes will act as electrophiles. How do they act as electrophiles? As you are aware, in any carbene, carbon is forming two bonds and having two electrons. Thus carbon is surrounded by total 6 electrons. So 2 bond pairs and 2 electrons. Total 6 electrons, less than octet. That's why carbene is electron deficient. Any electron deficient will act as electrophile. That's the reason carbenes will act as electrophiles. They will undergo insertion reaction. That carbene can be inserted like this. Here wherever double bond is there, you can insert that carbene like this. For example, methylene you are inserting. Your double bond becomes single bond. Thus carbenes will undergo insertion reactions. Now next is nitranes. What is nitrane? It's also called azine or imidazole. Azine or imidazole. And this here nitrane, clearly you can see where nitrogen having 4 electrons forming one bond. You know nitrogen has 5 valence electrons. Out of 5 valence electrons, it utilizes just 1 electron to form this bond, left with 4 electrons. Out of these 4 electrons, this electron pair will remain as pair, and these 2 electrons either will remain as pair or 2 unpaired electrons. So if both the electrons are present in same orbital, once again it is called singlet, or if they are present in 2 different orbitals, it is triplet. The most important thing, these nitranes formed as reaction intermediates in very important reactions like Hofmann's bromamide synthesis, Lawson rearrangement, Curtius rearrangement, Schmidt rearrangement. In these 4 reactions, this nitrene is formed as reaction intermediate. Particularly, how these nitranes are formed, please have a look. You know N3H hydrozoic acid, on heating it decomposes to N2 plus NH. This NH itself is nitrane. Suppose RN3 alkyl azide. In fact, N3 minus is azide ion, alkyl azide, on heating it decomposes to N2 plus alkyl nitrane, Rn. This was simple nitrane, this is alkyl nitrane, RCON3. This is acyl azide. This acyl azide on heating decomposes to give nitrogen plus RCON, acyl nitrane. This acyl nitrane in particular, this is formed as reaction intermediate in these important reactions. Hofmann's bromamide synthesis, Lawson, Curtius, Schmidt rearrangements. Okay. Next intermediate, benzene. It is benzene. Normally benzene is C6H6. Benzene C6H4. That's why benzene is called didehydrobenzene. Didehydrobenzene. You have to remove 2 hydrogens from adjacent positions. Then it becomes didehydrobenzene. So formula C6H4. So when you remove 2 hydrogens from adjacent positions, obviously this becomes triple bond. Your double bond becomes triple bond. In the benzene, 3 double bonds are at alternate position. Now here triple bond is there. The triple bond is formed by the removal of these two hydrogens. That's why it is called benzene. So here it is there, clearly benzene. The most important thing regarding benzene is still aromatic. We know benzene is aromatic. In the conversion of benzene to benzene, it did not lose aromatic character. In spite of the presence of the triple bond in the benzene, still it is aromatic, because that second pi bond in the triple bond, that second pi bond is there now. That second pi bond doesn't interfere with aromaticity. That's why aromatic character is not disturbed. Only out of two pi bonds, the only one pi bond, that pp pi bond, will only involve in aromaticity, will only involve in delocalization, cyclic delocalization. That is why benzene is still aromatic. Okay. Now next is nucleophilicity. Please have a look at the nucleophilicity. It's very important term. You know the nucleophiles. Nucleophile is which donates electron pair, which accepts proton, or which is donating electron pair, like Lewis base. Thus nucleophiles are nothing but Lewis bases. So these nucleophiles, based on their strength, based on the extent, whether it readily donates electron pair, less readily donates electron pair, what is its capacity to donate the electron pair, that will decide nucleophilic strength of nucleophile, that is nucleophilicity. So simply it is the capacity of a nucleophile to donate electron pair. And most important thing here, nucleophiles are nothing but bases, because base donates the electron pair, nucleophile donates the electron pair. So in most of the cases, a strong nucleophile is a strong base, a weak base is a weak nucleophile in 90% cases. So same thing you can see there. For example, you take in a period here methane, ammonia, water, HF. As you move from methane to HF, acidic nature increases, because HF is hydrofluoric acid, water is neutral, ammonia base, basic. This is methane, neither acidic nor basic. That's why as you move from left to right, acidic nature is clearly increasing. If acidic nature increases, the basic nature of their conjugate bases, for example, conjugate base of methane CH3 minus, conjugate base of NH3 NH2 minus, okay, conjugate base of H2O OH minus, conjugate base of HF F minus. So when you move from left to right, 1 second, you know in conjugate acid base phase, if acid is strong, base is weak, if acid is weak, base is strong. So based on that you can tell, as you move from left to right, acidic nature is increasing. So basic nature of conjugate bases decreases. So strongest base here CH3 minus, weakest F minus. So if basic nature decreases, nucleophilicity also decreases. You take any period, in the period study, if basic nature decreases, nucleophilicity decreases. If basic nature increases, nucleophilicity increases. Thus, basic strength and nucleophilicity will follow same trend in the periods.